God morning. All the time. Moment. Present moment morning. Love it. Do I have my Blame is Lame t-shirt? Yes, I still do. It is lame. And increasingly those who are blaming or not looking within themselves, anytime, this is a repeated message in what I do. Anytime you point at someone else, 3 fingers pointing back at you. The wake-up calls are going to keep coming now. I've been lots of us have been the lone wilderness voice out there going, hey, listen guys, it's important to heal yourself and take care of your inner energies and, heal yourself as within, so without. It's almost a repeated mantra now, at least in my little world. It's mainly what I do. The volume is going to get turned up as we go, as you're noticing. Time's speeding up. It's more insistent going out. This has got to boil out as the water gets closer to boiling. And the waters shall boil, saith the Lord. Yes, that's true. If you can read any scripture, and if you have eyes to see, you can glean the wisdom in it. So as the volume's getting turned up closer to the pot boiling, it gets more agitated, more fast. The molecules start going faster. The atoms start going faster. That's the whole property of heat. So this time we're not doing it by water, but by fire. What kind of fire? The Kundalini fire, the spirit fire. This time by fire. See that prophecy, if any of you are into Christianity, next time not by water, but by fire. Yeah, it could be a thermonuclear whirlwind storm that gets created on the planet. Certainly, that's been angled for the last, ever since I've been alive, 50 years. Every night on the news, in the Middle East tonight, threat of complete doom, starting World War III. This Walter Cronkite reporting. That's the way it is. And that's the way it stayed for the last 55 years. But now, by fire, is actually your inner fire, your inner energy. InnerBodyAwakening.com. Ancient Shiva technique, basic. I'm not doing this for the money. People are so paranoid. Spiritual poverty thing is so horrible. It just makes you poor as well as you're trying to do a spiritual work. Look at Yogananda's places in California, the highest paid costing pieces of real estate on the whole coast. No, God is abundant. Get real. Stop poverty mindset. Besides, the fiat money could disappear at any time. But yeah, protect yourself some with the cryptocurrencies or some silver or gold or whatever if you can. But God is the real protector, source, not digging a hole in the earth in Idaho somewhere. But as the volume gets turned up, not by water, but by fire. The fire this time is your internal fire. It's going to get more insistent on saying, you got to deal with this. You got to deal with this. You need to feel this. You need to face it, feel it, free it. But if you can't feel your inner energies, if you've been unplugged from your feelings and your inner energies are gone, how do you have a chance? You're not even connected. You're a piece of flotsam and jetsam. You're a disconnected leaf, dry leaf blowing in the wind. You won't have any, you'll just be burned up. If you're not connected to yourself, this is why every teaching, Kingdom of Heaven is within, Buddha obviously, internal connection, meditation, yoga, Vedic stuff, Kundalini, Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga, etc. All the techniques, the Tibetan Buddhism, some of it's a really black magic occult, a lot of it, the Tibetans. But it's those techniques about getting to the inner energy. InnerBodyAwakening.com. That's what I do every day, all the time. Why? Because it's pleasurable, because it heals me, it gets me in touch with the Akashic records, with energy. I can feel people at a distance. People are surprised now during sessions. It surprised me too. But you turn totally psychic. You're like, I'm reading people. I go, yeah, here's your past life. And they, oh my God, how do you know? And Or, you know, this is your tendencies. Why? Because it's just energy. It's just like fiber optic, except it's much better than our technological artificial intelligence crap. Your inner net and your psychic net and your solar net, the sun knows everything. It doesn't need a freaking DSL hookup. It doesn't need a cable hookup. So do you. So as the volume's getting turned up, some things are going to happen. Like people who are not here to awaken need to be lovingly removed to another sphere, planet. Joy's son-in-law, former son-in-law, dropped dead, or whatever. I'm not sure what happened. But a lot of people are going to be checking out. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the right choice. A lot of souls at this time are being born, but in order for the new to come in, people who are addicted to just the matrix, it's going to be increasingly very difficult for them as disclosure happens, so we realize the crapola that's been going on in the cabals of the world. It's going to be exposed and revealed. You know, the pedophilia, things amongst elites and government people. All of these happening, but you have to be blind not to see it. The former head Republican Speaker of the House, Dennis Hastert, full-on, complete, you know, Joe Paterno, the ultimate male football, the bastion of male football in America at Penn State. His assistant, and Paterno covering it up. Yeah, pedophilia, the Catholic Church. All these things are going to come out. That, and also fiat money. Money is just a lie. You know, the paper and the plastic. It's all in our heads. That's going to, these veils are going to keep dropping. The fact that medicine kills more people, the third leading cause of actually killing, you know, death in America. Hundreds of thousands of people killed with drugs. The drugs are trying to suppress this insistence. The fountain of the water is saying, it's time, you got to feel this stuff. Face it, feel it, free it. Get real to heal it. And it's not easy. It's scary as monkeys. Less F words. It's scary as heck. It'll terrify you. The spiritual path will kill you, one of my videos. It will kill the old identity, the identity. So everyone's been living in their little safe cocoon, America, behind guarded gates, or in their programmed poverty, or whatever it is. You know, in our ruts. What's the difference between a rut and the grave? 6 feet. You know, unless you get in the moment and get real, you got to learn to live like the animals, like nature does, like the universe does. It lives in the moment. It doesn't live by habitual building up of drama, trauma, that kills you. You become mort Al. Al the plumber is mort. He's dead. Mort Al, if you're just a workaholic, if you're not doing your inner life. And even then there's going to be a lot of choice. Do you want to stay for the festivities, the boiling of the waters? Or do you want to go? Should I stay or should I go now? Exactly. It's up to us. It's okay. Not everyone's ready for the Shrivarta, whatever they call the Hindu, I should know this. Fire, the fire that transforms the dimension. The solar pulse, the solar flare. Therefore, the cover of my book, Listening to the Sun. You know, that was written 15 years ago, or over the last 20 years. If we're not listening to the source, the sun, if you're listening to this, you're in the wilderness of pain. Lost in a wilderness of pain. Exactly, Jim Morrison. Or Jesus, he's quoting Jesus. You're in the wilderness. You're not connected. You're not hooked up to source. So this is real. This is not just a bunch of yakking UFO nerds or spiritual nerds or mental crappy New Age stuff. This is going to get real. Even more. As you're noticing, it's speeding up, it's accelerating, and it's going to get more insistent. Hello, whoever you are, Tobias, you need to deal with this. Whoever you are, your spirit, your soul is going to knock on your door and go, you need to deal with this. We need to take care of this. Whether that's your sickness, or friends dying, or people, you know, whatever you need. whatever shocks to the system you need. This is an illusion, Maya. Krishna spends the whole Bhagavad Gita saying, it's an illusion, Arjuna. It's a Mayic thing, and the dharmic thing for you to do is to fight this battle to help put evil off the earth. But I'm going to have to kill some people. The most peaceful people on the planet, the Hindus, right? The ahimsa, non-violence, sacred cows, etc., vegetarians, vegans. Their highest teaching is about Krishna, the sweet heart, Christos. I've said it before. But it's about him encouraging Arjuna to, it's getting real now. No, you're not going to be killing anybody or any of that. Earth and nature, Mother Earth knows exactly who's who. But it's going to boil. And when it boils, we're seeing it with us, we're trying to suppress the red energy, which if you suppress enough, it's like Sling Blade. Remember the movie? Finally, the sweetheart snaps. Well, if you press enough on the red chakra, the root chakra, the lava flow, the first color as lava comes out of the earth is it'll turn red, it'll be red. The most powerful flow in your body. As you push down on it and suppress continually, it gets desperate and it's going to act out. That's what terrorism is. Blowing up bombs. It's just, I don't fucking care. No one's listening. I have no space. No one wants me. Right? That's why they're able to be seduced, whether they're Muslim fanatics or Hindu fanatics. There's a few Hindu fanatics. Muslim fanatics tend to be the fanatic of choice on the planet today. But there's Christian fanatics blowing up abortion clinics. You know what I mean? It's if we suppress this feeling so much, it gets explosive. You have to let it bubble up and out, your feelings. If you don't, you're contributing to the terrors in Africa and the terrorists blowing themselves up at an energetic level. I wrote this, it's in my book as well. It's called I'm Dying Here, one of the chapters, where I was transported to the latest African famine in Sudan or Ethiopia or whenever it was. I was actually there. God transported me there and let me feel it. And he showed me, he said, these little soul fragments dying that have no chance are pieces of people, other people around the world. They're pieces of us that we're suppressing inside ourselves. This is high spiritual physics. People are going to complain, but they're going to get it's going to hit their sacred cows. The volume is going to be turned up. It's not going to be turned down. As you're going for boiling point, you don't turn off the heat. If your intention is to boil it and let it boil for a while, which is what's going to happen, what is happening on Earth, it's going to go all the way. So you're going to have to let your body be allowed to be boiled. I'm not trying to be scaring you here. Like my shamanist said. I said we're planning this trip up to the glaciers, maybe in the Andes, to this sacred place the Incas used to go to. Anyway. And I said, well, I joked. I said, well, I'll probably die up there. And she goes, so? Good. Death is awesome. Now, it's not to encourage anyone to go kill themselves, of course, or go killing anybody else. But the point is, this is real. Shamans, it's real. It's real. They're not like, oh, I'm taking this weekend seminar. I'm with Deepak and Oprah, and, I felt something move. Somewhere I felt God. And then they're right back to, I'm awesome work, by the way. Deepak is a hero, being able to bridge the worlds of real spirituality into modern medicine. Oprah is a hero, in my opinion, on totally helping people wake up and a Ganesha-style energy, forerunner, totally. But you can't just do the weekend seminar. I remember watching some woman who's in the field of helping to wake people up, the new spirituality field, books, appears on Oprah. I remember her saying once, well, my husband and I, we got caught, it was quite a shock, because we got caught with some of our money in the Bernie Madoff scandal. So they'd invested some millions with him and lost them. Yeah. You can't hide behind there's nothing wrong with living in gated communities, sure. But if you haven't cleaned yourself out, it's a song I have called Hunter's Ridge. Never mind that you're living in Hunter's Ridge, right? The trolls are hiding there underneath the bridge. Right? I have to sing it to remember that. I have my songs as a different channel. Your fears are lurking there behind your curtains. Oh, are we safe? But that they will get you, that's for certain, right? Never mind that you're living in Hunter's Ridge. You can't run from your stuff. I mean, you can for a while, but eventually you stop, and you have to face it. Face the music. The reckoning. Clint Eastwood will show up. So the volume is going to be turned up. It's not going back down. So it's going to get more and more important. Everything else can wait. Your communion, your search for real God inside yourself cannot wait. This doesn't mean you turn into some fanatic. You take care of the daily life. But I'm stopping worshiping the Matrix, you know. Joy's former son-in-law just died. Nice guy. Great. My comment out of my mouth was good for him. If it's our time to go, it's our time to go. And of course, feel your sadness, feel your grief. I'm not being cold-hearted. It's just that it's going to have to get real here. In order to have a real civilization, a real on earth, it's going to have to get real. We can't live in these illusions anymore. All right. Truth moment. Full conscious breath. Tell the universe what you want. I want more truth. I want more revelations. I want free energy. I want the nasty cabal crap that's been running the world to be shown up in the light. I want the secret space program and free energy to become realized. Now, I know it's not my timing, but I'm sowing my wish into the wishing well. Do the same. You count. If you don't ask, you don't receive. You know, in your personal life too. If you've been a heart person your whole life, always taking, can I help you? Can I make sure you're happy? Can I make, if you're over